All right, welcome to Talk of the Family, where some families lie, some families steal, some family is fake, and some families are real. But this family, we talk. So let's get into it. Appreciate all y'all coming on the panel tonight and engaging in some of these subjects that I'm about to put out there. So, first question. Everybody can unmute if y'all want to. First question. This was something that been kind of going crazy. So I
Wait a
thought
minute, you
I,
showing the video?
huh?
Showing the video? You showing the video?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Not yet. I'm about to. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna do this one. Here we go. Why does courting a woman come with so many rules? And then here's the video, y'all. Well, not the video. Here's the list, right? So everybody been going around talking about this list. So I figure I put it up there. Oh shit, y'all can't even see it. Damn, I thought I could put it up there. Okay, well, the list is about everybody going to these restaurants and all of this stuff, right? So there's rules to courting. Why is it rules to courting? Why does it matter? Why is it so important? You know, that why is courting so important? Why so many rules to it? And there was a list that came out with all the restaurants that men can't take women to. So they had Chili's on there, they had church, they had all kind of stuff up there,
To me, it
man.
don't matter. As long as we having a good time. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
I don't care. I feel like it be the bougie females that be writing and promoting that stuff.
A lot of these women nowadays are losers. I cannot stand women
At
nowadays.
all.
And then them
Because
restaurants got some real good food. I love
yes,
me some
what's wrong
Applebee's.
with Cheesecake Factory?
Yep,
What?
Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's,
I love
Chili's,
Applebee's.
What?
They
Chili's got
y'all
some
Chipotle.
know,
good ass
y'all lying.
motherfuckers.
Y'all know y'all like Fogo de Chao, Rainforest, Grand Lux. Y'all like all this. Y'all
These
don't want
women
no
be want you to
chilies.
take them to
Y'all
motherfucking
don't want no
ass
chilies.
restaurants, but be wearing Shein or Rainbow. Bitch, go to hell. See,
That's
that's my attitude.
Exactly.
Girl,
Then they
no.
make it bad for
Please,
women like us who actually enjoy those places. Like I ain't talking
please.
about the female. You can
so,
take
so
me to
wait a minute. So wait a minute. Wait, we gonna start one by one. So Nene, you
What?
telling me you don't care about Chipotle?
Man,
Yeah,
I love Portillo's. This is my go-to every day. Anybody can tell you that Portillo's know my motherfucking name in my car when I pull up. I want me a big beef, well dipped, extra hot peppers, a cheese fry, and a strawberry shake.
so if a guy if a guy approached you and he wanted to take you out and he said let's go to Portillo's, you going to Portillo's?
Oh, my mom, I'm going, what?
Damn, that's what's up. See, well then why is the argument with so many women about these restaurants?
First of all, she was toe up in the video to begin with. Secondly, based upon reading or watching furthermore in the video, it was like he was starting to take her out somewhere very nice and elegant. But she was like 2 hours late or something like that, according to the TikTok video or whatever the case may have been. But it's just like there's nothing simply wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Y'all could have just went somewhere else on y'all next date.
That's
It
true.
wasn't that deep. You got on this lime green dress and these pink ass lips. I don't understand, boo.
That's these women though. So Denise, you said
It's not just women. You know what I'm saying? It's certain women. Like women have nowadays these high expectations and give nothing in return, and vice versa for the men.
Okay, we got enough. Okay, that's good to hear because most
Now you sound like a woman I can compromise with because I think most women today in 2023 they had this high ass standard like Cheesecake
But
Factory. Like, are you kidding me?
expectations are known to be broken. So if you're not ready for
Stop.
your expectations to be broken or not being met, then get out the dating pool. Just be single.
mm, that's honesty right there. What you think about that, Paris? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I agree with what's been said so far. I think you just got to date who like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that what happens is um most people are dating for the aesthetic. So men and women want to go out and be seen in nice places, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we're trying to truly get to know each other. Because if you're really trying to get to know somebody, it don't really matter where y'all go, truth be told, because everybody different. Like some people like going to restaurants, some people like going to movies. It's all about what your interest is. And if y'all still have yet to like really learn each other's interest, then go with something that's convenient, and go with something that's a little safe, unless you want to, you want to be risky on your first date or whatever. But I think it's about comfort. You know what I'm saying? If y'all both comfortable and this is a spot where y'all both know that y'all can eat something off the menu, because people be picky too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is a spot where we both know we gonna eat good and we gonna have a good conversation, it don't really matter where we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that these lists that people are coming up with, I think that these lists pertain to like a small amount of women, and they try to get that to be speak for the larger group of women. But I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I've never dated a woman that was like, we can only go to these places and these places I'm too good for. I've never encountered that. So I can only speak from my experience. And my experience, like, women be with it. Like, women want to eat just like we want to eat. So I feel like, as long as they know they're gonna have a good meal and they're gonna have a good time, don't nothing else really matter. You can go from there. You can build on that. Like, you can go to a nice restaurant here and there, but we also know we living in a recession, and people who, have a understanding of like the times we living in, ain't nobody tripping on, you know what I'm saying, how expensive a restaurant is, truth be told. I just think that these lists be speaking for like a small group of people, and then we blow them up to be bigger than what they are. But I ain't experienced no woman saying we can't go to certain places.
But let me ask you this, right? Not only are women sitting there saying that, well, I see a lot of women sitting here saying that these restaurants are a problem, but are men really courting nowadays? Because I hear a lot of women say men don't even court no more, right? It's Netflix and chill. It's, let's go smoke some weed. Let's pop a bottle. Like, it's no courting. So, what do you think about that? Should men be doing more courting?
Are the women giving a reason a man to court nowadays?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because all they want is some weed and popping bottles.
Okay, a $40 holla baby and they gone.
That's true. That's true. What you think?
So Nene, hold on. I don't know you. So, but tell me, what type of approach would you want a man to like have in you? Like, what's the approach got to look like?
So the definition of courting is basically to be involved romantically with the intention of marrying. So if a lot of women or men don't want to get married, what are you courting? So my whole thing is, for me personally, I can only speak for this woman here. If your intention is not to court me, which therefore means the intention of getting married, then therefore, yes, you can leave me alone. We could chill, but we won't be no Netflix and chilling in my crib. We can go to the movies.
But what if he's a good guy? I mean, you guys got the same common interests.
Men with underhanded situations or underhanded expectations of, oh, I want you to cook me a meal, and that's going to define if you're a wife. Who are you talking to?
But why does that have to be a title? What if I do every single thing that you ask for in a man, right? I take care of my responsibilities, I take care of everything, but I say I don't want to be married. I just want to be in a relationship. I refuse to be with somebody for decades, and then the moment you die, you're not gonna put me in your obituary as your girlfriend or your side bitch. I want to be titled as your wife.
What? I just had this. You should have came on last.
This was last Sunday.
I need that.
Hold on, but that's the thing. Why does marriage have to be the end all be all? There are plenty of people that live their life in happiness without being married.
For me, that ring, that last name, that's what I want. I can't speak for everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. People have really good vibes without the marriage involved. Without the marriage involved whatsoever, and that's fine. But I'm a down south type of woman. You're gonna marry me.
So it's about the security for you, technically. It's about being secure. It's about secure. It's about a household. It's about foundation. I cannot build off a foundation of somebody being just my boyfriend for years. But it's a piece of paper.
And for some people, it is a piece of paper. For me, it's the foundation. It's the legacy. It's the bond. It's the one. You are mine, I am yours. We that.
Can be one. We can agree and say we can be one verbally and say we ain't gonna cheat on each other.
I am considered single. until I am married. So you do what you want to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do. We're going to still act like we're single individuals because I don't have that ring. So don't have no high expectations as a girlfriend. When you're ready to step up that level and make me a wife, then we can talk about, and we can do about. Otherwise, you're just going to get the bare minimum from me, which is girlfriend material.
But I respect and I like that thought. But again, you would be, my favorite word, anomaly. You would be considered an anomaly based off the fact you looking at marriage as the highest level, right? That's where you want to be.
But see, this is coming from a woman who has had children about one man, 2 children by one man. We have stayed together. We was together since I was 14, 15 years old, and everything. Lived in different states, all types of stuff. Now see him broke bread, whatever, and still was not his wife. And guess what he did? He still did what he wants to do as a single man. And now, don't get me wrong, married men cheat too. It is what it's gonna be. But my whole thing is I can only speak for myself and only myself. I'm not about to do all that extra stuff because I've been there, done that without the title, without the ring. And it got me still nowhere but single. Okay. I'm still doing single things.
Okay. What's your thoughts, Tiffany? She got a point. I hear that. She talking. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, she do got a point. I agree. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that list, that was some bullshit. Because if you don't want to go, okay, I can see if like they say I go to these restaurants with my kids. I don't want to go to this restaurant at this time. But how you gonna make a whole list and then trying to speak for the women out here that don't even get took out? Then your box probably trash. You probably, you know what I'm saying? You got all these high expectations and you put this list out on here. You 2 hours late for your date and you look a hot mess. You don't even know how to talk right. I'm just looking at the video like, girl, I would have put her in my car. I'm sorry. You want
it pissed the men off so bad. The men made one after that list came out.
He did though. He did as a joke because it's like at the end of the day, I don't think it should look. Men, in my opinion, have access to relationships, and I think I always say this: women have access to sex. So I don't feel like women should be sitting here trying to tell a man how to court him, tell a man where he should take her. If I got access to a relationship and I'm asking you out, how the hell you gonna choose where I take you? You should be okay with where I take you.
And then if she trying to go to a steakhouse, baby, don't nobody eat steak no more. Baby, steak is ripping our stomachs apart. I do not like beef. Don't take me nowhere. We gonna eat beef. That would be my problem. Take me where the chicken at.
but Tiffany, ain't that the issue? If you meet somebody for the first time, how you gonna know what their interests are? How you gonna know what they like, especially if it's a first date? Let's just say.
I mean, we can sit down and talk about it on our first date. That's why we got to communicate. You tell me what you like and what you don't like, and I do the same.
I feel like that's what me and your cousin
was doing. But then it's just like, hey, I feel Nene, if I ain't got no ring, your intention is not to marry me. I'm doing single shit.
We're just dating at that time. It's not courting no more. Right. If it's just gonna be long term,
I can still open doors for you. I can still open the car door for you. I can still send you flowers.
Why
good morning, good night text without putting.
So why you wouldn't want to be married, Reggie? If you saying
she got a point. She got a point, Reggie. Why you doing all this courting and you ain't trying to marry?
My thing is the ultimate form I'm looking at is happiness. I can find happiness with one partner without actually putting a title on it, because to me, like I said, I think it's a piece of paper.
So you want your
because you saying you want. What I'm saying is, you say you want security, and I'm telling you verbally, like, I'm not going anywhere. We just gonna be together.
Marriage is a contract. When you marry somebody, we're coming together and we're making this. We coming to agreement that I'm going to be yours, you're going to be mine, and we're going to do everything we can to support this union. So if you can sit there and say, I have intentions in being with you, I want to be true to your life, but you're scared to sign a contract that says you would that you would do it.
But the thing is, somebody said a few minutes ago that you can still cheat even while you're married. So it's like it's either or.
But then you got consequences of cheating though, because if me and you marry and you step out and if something happens that we have to get a divorce, you're the one that's going to be getting the short end of the stick. It's consequences.
If we have kids. If we have kids?
No, even alimony. What are you saying?
If you had kids, then take your money.
What are you saying?
What?
You gotta pay alimony. You're still
Take
gonna
your money.
with me even if you fuck up. So it's like you
I
decide
mean,
what's worth more.
I think there's plenty of people that aren't married, right? And they live together, and when they break up, you already take half the shit anyway. There's plenty of women that would take half the stuff anyway.
You leave.
You ain't bad. You ain't taking.
Exactly. You gonna leave.
That's what I'm saying. So why would get the courts involved? Why would you get the courts involved? And say, okay, you take half this, you take half that,
because
and we figure out the kids or whatever.
Because you started a relationship and an agreement that we were going to be together for the rest of our life. You the one that fucked it up. You the one that made us divorce. So of course you're gonna pay for it.
Taking everything you got plus your drawers.
And look, I'm gonna tell y'all something funny right now. We was in Iowa this weekend, and my daddy.
That's gonna be for every black woman in America.
My daddy just got married this weekend. So after this man said his vows, he turned around and told her, he like, look, bitch, in front of everybody, he like, listen here, bitch, I ain't got time for no cheating, no fucking around. Ain't nobody finna be doing them. Now you got my last name. Now you got me. She said, yes, sir.
What? Is that real vows? What is that?
I don't know. My daddy crazy. Everybody was like, "Amen."
Boy, his ass sound like a whole pimp.
No, hold on. Serious question. Hold on. Now, serious question for all the ladies now, because y'all want to be, most of y'all married, or some of y'all want to be married. Now, what happens when the man stop courting? Do you still stay?
When the man what?
What happens when you stop courting? Because you court to, when you court to get married, right? Are you still doing the cute little things that you used to do while y'all still together?
I think we need to differentiate what's courtship and what is dating. We need to differentiate the two, because courting means the attention of marriage, of long term. Dating, it means you just kicking it, you hanging out. You know what I'm saying? It could just be a long term relationship. You still supposed to date while married.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
what happens, and I'm saying, what happens when the cute stuff stops when y'all get married? Because people do get like today when they're married.
It's a two-way street.
I feel like with marriage, you can't expect that it's gonna be all flowers and daisies and it's constantly dating. It's gonna be times and seasons where dating is probably not even on the table because we got other shit to deal with, kids, life in general. So you can't have this expectation that we're just gonna consistently date. That's unrealistic because life is not all about just dating.
But and you wake up dating your husband. You're supposed to wake up dating your wife.
I mean, dating is
flirting and everything else. Let me go ahead and drop
when
off some flowers.
When I say dating, I mean as far as actually going on dates. You can have intimacy, but that's not necessarily dating.
But you can have a date in the house.
Are two different things. But did you not? I said intimacy and dating are two different things. You're not
I thought dating was just consistent quality time. Or am I confused when it comes to dating?
No, that's not. That's intimacy. Because at the end of the day, if I'm dating a man, we're not being intimate at all. We're sitting there getting to know each other.
Sorry, y'all.
No, you good.
I'm sick of
kids. It's all good.
I like that. No, but
that's good. I just think about it from time to time. What happens? I'm just saying, what happens when that flame it gets low? You know what I mean? Because most marriages, like I said, it's not the same when you dating and then now you get married. It's just.
I think the problem is, I think I go back to what Nene said. I think the problem is not knowing the difference between dating and courting. I think men out here are pretending like they want to get married to a woman that they're messing with to get the draw, so they courting them. They courting them. They doing all this type of stuff, coming off like they want to be with them, right? And then turn around. Then once they get what they want, then they out the door.
I have to disagree. I don't think man is out here making it seem as if he want to marry these women. These women know exactly what they're getting into. They're
really tell what they be.
So you can't sit there and say that, the man is leading women on when a woman can see all the red flags and still go down that road.
A man is only going to do what you allow him to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what you got to say about that, Junior? Because you don't sound like you trying to get married.
Hey, look, but see, that's proving my point. That means you're not gonna leave. If the man just gonna run right over you and he gonna keep doing what he doing, whatever the case may be, you're not gonna want to divorce him.
We wouldn't be married in the first place.
Because people don't believe in divorce.
You wouldn't be married in the first place if that's how that person is. That's negligent to marry somebody who's eventually gonna do that. That's ignoring red flags.
Of course, but most people change in the marriage though. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not. It's all cool within a honeymoon phase, within a few months, maybe even leading up to a year. But what happens after those days go by, those months go by, those weeks go by? People, you get set. You get set in your moods. You know how he acts. You know how she acts. Y'all might start bickering and arguing, and it's like, damn, like you ain't never been like you just look at him as a totally or her or anybody from like a totally different person. It's like
all right, so I don't know. Let me ask Quita. So let me ask you: Have you got tired? You're married, so have you got tired of courting your husband, dating your husband, intimacy with your husband? Have you got tired? When you said I'm over this shit?
No.
Even though y'all been married for as long as y'all been married for what?
Yeah, I ain't never get tired. He get on my fucking nerves, and I be wanting to choke shit out his ass, but no.
But you don't. But you still court him. So what's cool? So what you do?
What
to make him feel good? What you bring to the table? What you show him? Like you buy him some flowers, you buy him some chocolate. What you do?
Where's your hat? On top of my closet. I do a lot. Technically, I'm the one that do every damn thing because he feel like he shouldn't do it. So I make the dates. I set up the little romantic shit for us. I do all that.
Okay.
Him, he a little bit slow in the brain. He don't know what the fuck to do.
Okay, okay. I'll tell you that one. All right, P.
I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. Being married is not always peaches and cream, So it's like if you want it, you gotta fight hard for it.
Okay, I feel that.
That's
what about you, P? You out here courting, or you out here just dating?
You gotta do. I mean, it's both. It's a little both. I don't know. I think that. So to answer your question, the reason why men don't court is because courting in some cases can feel one-sided. And I think that we in a generation of we're in a time where nobody wants to feel like they getting the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like men are like, what am I getting out the deal for courting? You know what I'm saying? And granted, courting is to be married. So obviously the end goal is you're gonna get a wife at the end of this journey of courting. But in the midst of that journey, it's a lot of men don't see the value in it because they don't, there's no list of what you get. There's no list of checkpoints for men. At this point in courting, I get this from my girl. At this point in courting, I get this. And then all of a sudden, by the time you get to marriage don't seem like the end goal no more. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like part of the journey. But for some men, they feel like they don't get nothing till we get to marriage. So it's that value not really there. And that's not the case either. It's just about who you dating and who you courting. You know what I'm saying? A man could be courting a woman and that woman could have no intention on ever marrying that man.
I never thought about it that way.
You know what I'm saying? They could play a role and they can do what's comfortable and convenient, but that don't necessarily mean that man gonna get that woman or get that marriage is gonna be the end for that interaction. So it's I don't know. It's really weird. That's why it's you're really just figuring out who you like and what you want. And if this person I'm courting is the person that I'm gonna ultimately be marrying, you know what I'm saying? You can court a motherfucker all you want. That don't mean that person necessarily is the person you're gonna end up being with.
The way you breaking this down, why is dating so hard? That's what it sounds like. Everything you just said, it sounds like dating is just
because people have a false sense of options. I think that everybody thinks they have more options than when they actually do. I mean, social media make people think I can go and get anybody. You know what I'm saying? We all gas ourselves up and make ourselves be this. You know what I'm saying? We lean on our accolades. We lean on our looks. We lean on our what we provide, men and women. So I think that we look at ourselves, and of course we're supposed to think highly of ourselves, but that also comes with people thinking that they're entitled to or capable of pulling anybody, and I can make anybody my husband, and I can make anybody my wife. And why wouldn't this man want to marry me, or why wouldn't this woman want to marry me? And that's not always the case. That's why marriage is the people who are married, the goal is this is the person that I'm supposed to be with. This is the person that I click with better than anybody. This is my best friend. this my homie, this my rider. Like marriage makes sense for us. But but like we live in a generation where marriage don't make sense because other shit makes sense to people in our generation. And that don't always make sense. But like people think that they can have anybody that they want, or they can go and they can wait till they in their 40s and 50s to settle down. Like we think that we have the deception of options and time. And because we think that we have all the time in the world, when every day we reminded that time is fucking fragile, we prolong some of the steps that we supposed to take in life. Like some people can be great on their own and become millionaires and do all these things. And some people need a partner to help them, get through them waters and get to where they supposed to be. And some people are prolonging they selves because they refuse to settle down or refuse to think that one person knows them well enough or understands them well enough to where, you know what, this person with me, I'm with them. Let's make this a thing, and let's get to everything else that we got to get to in the world or in our relationship. And people just be prolonging, they waiting on time, and time ain't waiting on nobody.
So, okay, I like the way you put that. So, Nene, with you, when they come to dating, has it been difficult to come across that right guy that will, like you said, well, we ain't gonna say dating. I mean, take you on certain restaurants because at the end you say you down for that. So, what makes it hard from your aspect, from a woman's perspective?
I think that a lot of men lack accountability and goals. And I think that's going to be the most difficult thing. It's not like men don't like money. It's the fact that they don't know how to go out here and get it. And it's just like, a lot of men do all this rah-rah because they pass, the women like to argue and nag and this, that, and the other. Everybody loves toxicness. And then you come across a person who don't like to argue, who wants their peace, don't have time for that. They reaching their own goals. They have their own life going on. They just want to include you in it. It's like nobody knows how to take accountability. Like, yeah, I messed up. I was wrong on how I communicated. And it's like communication now is even harder now too. Everybody want to be, some women, don't get me wrong, I might say it myself, like, yeah, I'm that bitch. And then when a man call you a bitch, how can you get mad? And then it's just, for me, it's I don't know, like, people, like he said, men don't know, they don't want to court. Everybody just want to date.
Right.
And see what they can get out of the dating. And then maybe we can see what's the next step. And I think a lot of things when it comes to marriage, I think a lot of people fear that. Because, in our community, a lot of people get divorced early.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And for some people, some men or some women might look at it, it is just a piece of paper. So why do I need to follow this or why do I need to follow that? And certain men that I have ran across, I'm like, that's a shackle. I don't want no chain around my neck. You want to hold me down. And it shouldn't even be that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So my thing is, why do women stay? I mean, just like, what he said a few minutes ago about how women stay in these relationships, 10 to 15 years and they're not married. And then they finally, the dude finally just says, I'm just going to go ahead and marry you. Right after all those years of shacking up, is that basically like the definition of being fear of commitment?
For me, the reason why I stayed in my situation and stayed with a person was because of comfortability. I wasn't ready to step out of my comfort zone because that was someone that I knew since I was a child and then got up into my adult years. And I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be almost nearly 30 and we got 2 kids and we ain't married yet. This ain't right. You still doing what you want to do, and I'm still doing what I want to do every once in a while, and it's just like it just wasn't matching. The goals wasn't matching.
Okay. So what are the signs, right? So if somebody approached you, a guy approached you, and they trying to get at you, trying to act like they trying to date or court, what are the signs that you would be like, yeah, you ain't really trying to settle down? So I'm gonna say that if a guy's trying to court, because we said court is head towards marriage, right? It means you want to settle down. So if a guy's trying to court you, but he's using, so what are the signs to let him know that you would see that lets you know, like, oh, he just talking shit?
Well, first, I think before we even get to courting, you have to date. I feel like dating is the very first step. You have to date people to decide if this is somebody that I even like. Because you could meet somebody on the street and say, okay, I like the way they look, but you don't really know who they is until you have a conversation with them. And that's what a date is for. So you can't sit there and say like, oh, people, everybody just want to date. I think people get stuck in a dating phase because we've been on a few dates and it's like, okay, yeah, you kind of said, and when we first met, you was this person, but then you became this person, and then now I see this person. So it's like all of your people are not lining up. Your words don't match. You say this, but then 3 days later, you really not who you say you is. So at that point, I need to exit. I think the problem is people don't know how to exit and be like, okay, you was cool, I enjoyed myself, but you ain't for me, and move on to the next person. I feel like people get so comfortable with people, so they go from, oh, I like you, to now we fucking. Now we having sex, and we didn't forget all the dates, and now we having sex, and a woman in her head is gonna be like, okay, so now you my husband, and a man looking like, I just got what I wanted.
We go together real bad.
In other words, you saying standards has dropped when it comes to dating.
I feel like standards
for men and women.
For men and women, I feel like men, the only reason why they dating women nowadays to get their penis wet, and I feel like women are dating nowadays just to see what they can get out of a man. I don't think people are truly dating because they want a life partner. I feel like when you know that's what you want, you will move a certain way. You will go on certain dates, and you will go on dates with certain people, and you'll be like, okay, me and our goals align. We got similar goals. We like have similar interests. We get along well. So maybe this will go to the next step. I feel like a lot of times people could, on day one, they realize like, okay, yeah, I can't get with this. He a little too rah-rah. I'm kind of quiet, or she doing too much and it's not even my type of thing. And they still gonna follow through, even though right then the first step they was uncomfortable when you should have just left that person alone. So then you put so much time in. I feel like women do it all the time. We get so invested in one person that we just gonna like, no, we gonna make this work. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do. We gonna stick it out and gonna make it work. Where they just forgot, like, babe, you should have been out like a year ago. Like, you shouldn't even got this far.
Is it fear there?
I think it's a mentality like, too.
Mentality.
I feel like women just get comfortable. They feel like one person. They like, you know what? I think what it is. Women think that they could change somebody. They think they can mold somebody into what they want.
I hate
they
that.
Might see. They like see it like, okay, he kind of ain't got a job right now. I can see the potential. Like, women always say, I see the potential, but fuck potential. You need somebody that's actually out here doing it. Because a man can have all the potential in the world, but he ain't gonna do shit with it if that's not what he want to do. And you can't make him do that. But like when women start,
sis, I don't mean to cut you off, sis. But okay, so would you say instead of dating first, what about friendships? Just become friends first.
You could be friends with strictly friends. Like, we have to come to some type of agreement that we like each other, or we like being around each other. Before sex is even on the table, I feel like nowadays sex is right up front, and sex fucks everything up.
So if you know this friend that he ain't really got his stuff together, y'all still friends, right? And you see the potential. If you was to tell him, right, as a friend, right, you guys are friends, you be like, well, I think you need to do this, such and such. I think you need to do that, and he does that. Then he will be like a potential like dating partner because he listens to everything you're saying, right?
Well, I feel like what woman wants a man that she has to tell him to do everything? Right then, that shows me that you might be a good man, but you're not the right type of man for me. Like, I could be your friend all day, but as husband material, I don't want to have to tell my husband, like, okay, you said you wanted that new job. How about you go to school? How about you? Like, no woman wants to do that, and no woman should have to do that. I mean, as a friend, I could encourage you all the time, but I feel like if you really want, if you husband material, you would know what you want and be working consistently to get there.
Right.
You on mute?
You feel that?
What happened?
I'm here. I'm still here.
Have you met guys that have been on some Mary? I want to settle down. I want to date you. Well, date like Kenya said, date you first, but actually sincere about dating you, or they just say they want to date you because they want to jump in your drawers.
I done ran across some good men, but their intentions was not to marry me.
Wait, so what make them good man then?
I mean, I ran across some nice men. You know, people, it's a difference between a good man and a nice man.
Yeah.
I done ran across a few nice guys or whatever, but I ain't married, so it's like y'all ain't had no intentions on marrying me. I'm still single, and I'm gonna be single forever. I'm just gonna stay in my house, lock my doors, and it's scary to date now. So that's why I'm cool. I do want a husband, whatever like that, and I want another baby, but I'm scared. That's why I just be in the house. And I know I ain't gonna find one if I just keep staying in the house, but every time I go outside, I don't meet the right person. I don't meet the person that's for me.
Let me ask whoever's single on the panel.
I got a question.
Let me ask whoever's single on the panel, male or women. Are you scared to end up by yourself based off what the dating scene look like? Are you scared to be on that mountain and die by yourself?
Hell no, because a lot of women be like, oh, I can't live without a man, I'm gonna grow old. And I had to get that in my head. Like, if I'm not with the right person, I would rather die by myself or grow old by myself with my baby, because I'm not fit to grow old with you and you not right for me. You gonna kill me first. My stress levels is gonna be too high, and I'm not gonna be able to take that when I'm older. I'm still young. I'm only 32.
Tiffany, let me ask. So, if you feel, have you, like, and it's so crazy, but we really have to revert back to that. So, would you consider dating outside your race?
I thought about it. I had that thought a lot, but I never dated outside of my race. But I had that thought in my head. Because I don't know, black men, we have said this before, a lot of us black women, we be getting disrespected the most.
But what race got to do with anything?
But an Italian man could come in your life.
I won't want to date a white man. I date a Puerto Rican or some shit.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like black men is just keep letting us down. So
I'm just saying, how would you know what I'm just saying though, what race got to do with anything? Because a white man could do you just like how a black man do you. A Mexican could do you how a black man do you. How would you know that if you ain't never dated? You know what I'm saying? You can't say that, because all cultures do the same thing to their women. Black men, white men. I even got a Mexican friend, and I witnessed my Mexican friend, him being aggressive to her like he a black man, but he's Mexican.
Right.
That may be the case, but I keep hearing all the time.
That process was in my head, because I'm steady running to black guys. That's not right for me. How about what if I would be okay if I did outside my race? That's what type of mindset that I had at the time.
Oh, okay.
But that do make sense. It don't got nothing to do with race, because I can meet another black man. But shit, the way it was happening, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna date outside my race for a little minute, but I never did it though. It was just a little thought.
What about you, Nene and Paris, to that question? Are y'all afraid? I don't know if you're single or not, but if y'all are you afraid to down that mountain by yourself based off the dating scene?
I mean, I don't know how to be the devil's advocate, but still be realistic. Devil advocate part of me, I was brought in this world. Hold on, I'll dial on. Okay. But I mean, biblically, you're supposed to marry, you're supposed to reproduce, you're supposed to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm almost 40 already. Yes,
yeah. You say it what it is.
I don't look almost 40, but a bitch is almost 40.
and then I feel like everybody should tell each other what's up instead of trying to get what they want to get and don't get shit out of it.
I ain't gonna lie though,
if you want to just fuck me, just let me know. You fine, I want to just fuck you, and I'll let you know I want to fuck you too.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Tiffany, we talked about this last episode. We can't tell you that. Because we're gonna be looked as misogynistic, we're gonna look as pigs, we're gonna be looked at as womanizers. We can't say what we really want to say because y'all don't want to hear that.
Though, marriage is, I ain't gonna lie though, the dating scene be kind of lit versus marriage. That shit be kind of boring. When you get in there, I'm just saying, they be like, I don't know. The dating
depends on who you marry though. I mean, marriage can be lit with the same person.
But I ain't married, so I don't know.
What's the lit?
I just feel like
dating thing.
I just feel like when you get married, a lot of married couples change and stuff. They be like,
how was the single life lit, sis?
I don't know, because you can go out and do what you want.
But look, when you get
you ain't dedicated to that. You ain't dedicated to that. What?
But when you get
don't nobody want to be the boring married couple that eat dinner at 6, go to bed at 8 o'clock. Don't nobody want to do that.
Who does that? I'm going to sleep at 9 already by myself.
They talking about. I like to go to bed early. Shit.
You can do what the fuck you want to do when you married. You just can't talk you just can't be out there like you single. But you can do.
What I'm saying is this. Look, here's the question. She said dating life is fun, but when you in that bed by yourself, it's wintertime. Wintertime coming. Ain't you gonna be lonely as hell?
No, let me question that because me, Denise, and my old best friend went to Miami. And me and my best friend, we was lit. Like, you feel me? You getting it lit. And Denise couldn't do what she wanted to do, so she kind of felt left out. Like, damn, you know, I can't do all this because I'm married. But me and her, we single, we lit. You know.
But that's why they say married women ain't supposed to hang out with single women. That's fact.
First of all, her trip was supposed to be us and having a ball. They left me for some motherfucking niggas, so I ain't trying to hear that. See, once again, we was single. When I went on that trip, it was supposed to be having fun.
No, it wasn't supposed to be just us. It's like you go out of town when you single, you see niggas and y'all have fun type shit. You get a number, y'all go party, y'all turn up. That's what part of being single is when you go out of town. Now, I don't know what type of out of town you talking about, but we went out of town to have fun. You get what I'm saying? I ain't saying like fuck a nigga on that day who want the band, but I'm just saying
you have fun. Them niggas just came out of nowhere. You met because you seen them
but look, married women ain't supposed to be hanging out with single women. But go ahead, Kenya. What you supposed to say?
But single or not, why is the definition of having fun is being in a nigga face? Like, I don't see how that is really considered fun. You could have a lot of fun, married or single. You could go to a club, you can go out, you can do whatever, but you don't necessarily have to be in a man's face. Like, I don't see how that's considered fun.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Like her birthday trip was supposed to be for us having fun, going out, chilling, and then boom, she met some guys that she seen in Chicago, and then it went from them saying it ain't a girls trip no more. I'm finna go, you know what I'm saying, do this single shit. So that's why I felt left out, because it was a birthday trip. And I thought it was just, you know what I'm saying, for us to kick it and shit like that, because it was our first time actually leaving Chicago. So I was unaware, and that's why it got irritated with me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say to all that. I still just believe married women don't supposed to hang out with single women. I think that's problematic.
And then I feel like being single and the single life, I feel like that's more at risk. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to worry about motherfuckers. I mean, of course, married men cheat, but if you got that faithful married man, it's okay. But you got to worry about who they fuck, then whoever they fuck. You got to worry about if they carry diseases, all type of shit. Like the single life is just too much, and that's why I say if I ever get a divorce, I don't want one. Knock on wood. I wouldn't date. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that, because that's the way this generation is. They are crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And they ain't going through that.
You agree to that, P? You think the dating life is fucked up out there?
It depends on who you dating.
It ain't depending on who you dating, because every woman that you come across is looking for something to get up out of you. So you could be on social media.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
Don't say the word every, because
I can't say that.
I ain't gonna say every female, but you gotta be careful, because some of these females out here is looking for what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you flagging on your money on Instagram and social media and your Balmain glasses and shit, they are looking for a come up. And I feel like some of these, even men are looking for a come up, a place to stay, a place to run a motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what these females about as well. And that's what make it hard for the women who actually looking for the relationship, because the good men come across them bogus ass women who's actually the ones that's trying, you know what I'm saying, get over. And when that good woman come across, it's iffy. You feel what I'm saying? And then they can't put their all to that good woman, because they are scared that good woman is like the woman that they, you know what I'm saying, try to take it down that road again.
I can't. I wouldn't say that. I think that like dating. I think dating is fun. Like if that's what you own, if that's the type of time you own, if you like, spending time with different people, then dating can be fun. I think that it is fucked up out here, but I think that it's only fucked up if you allow yourself to be in fucked up situations. Like I get what she's saying about good men like running across bogus women, but like let's be honest, man, like niggas be thirsty, like good men too. You know what I'm saying? Like how they say some women feel like they can change men, some niggas feel like they can convince a woman to like them, and it's like no. So sometimes I get it, like you hear stories about women running game on niggas, but it's like, bro, you knew this woman wasn't for you from jump. Like you was on some bullshit, like you was on some thirsty shit, you just was trying to get you a little baddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes you get your feelings hurt in that process. Like niggas, even good men, they got a habit of not dating women that like them. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas be really trying to date women based on rankings. Oh, she a 9. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want Shorty. And Shorty ain't giving you no type of time. But it's you know what I'm saying? But ain't gonna take care of you for real. Not in the financial sense, but like a motherfucker that's gonna take care of your mental. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times them women not gonna do that. So instead of the men being like, you know what, let me go ahead and find somebody that's my speed, that's my level, that's on my type of time, we end up chasing women that, you know what I'm saying, based off of the aesthetic. And then when we get our feelings hurt, now every woman get punished. And I think that's lame as hell, G. Like niggas be in their feelings, G, and it's like, nah, you did that shit to yourself, G. Like straight the fuck up. Like you only get used when you let a motherfucker use you, especially when it come to men.
But why men date women off their looks?
Do it too, though.
Why men date women off their looks?
Because niggas is shallow, man. We don't know you for real. You know what I'm saying? When we see you, we basing everything off of how you look. We don't know your personality. We don't know your middle name. We don't know if your middle toe bigger than your big toe. We don't know none of this shit about you. We just know aesthetically you pleasing. I want to give you my attention because in hopes of you giving me your attention. So that's the reason why niggas they women off looks. Like it ain't just
silicone ass and them blow up balloon titties be getting their attention. That's what it is.
I'm just saying, but you're right, because think about it. Ain't no man walked up to no motherfucking woman was like, damn man, yo, the way you think is sexy.
No, and it's not just women. I mean, it's not just men. It's both. It's women too. Like,
what are you talking about? I did that plenty of times.
Yeah, they do. They really
that are really smart. I've approached women when I was at school. I approached plenty of women that said something intriguing. I like your thought. I like what you just said. Like that was
no, for real. And that's the real thing.
Right. Yeah, but look at the environment you say. You say you in school, so more than likely she coming out of a classroom. But we talking about
it don't matter what the setting is.
No, if it does.
The setting matters. The setting matters.
Down the street and she coming out of Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't know. Said something really intelligent in the Starbucks. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I like that too.
Just because a woman look intelligent, don't mean that she's intelligent. But again, you can't walk up to no woman and be like, hey man, I thought your thinking process was beautiful. You don't know her. You ain't never heard her thinking process. All you can see is how she look. What are you talking about?
He talking about some Starbucks. He based that shit off of drink order.
Yeah, like
but that's the thing. But why? But why?
Hot chocolate with motherfucking whipped cream. I like that.
But what's wrong? What's wrong with approaching women? It doesn't matter any setting by saying I like what you just said right there, even if you don't even know the person.
But you don't know it. But we saying. But they're saying based off of you don't. I'm saying that men are shallow based off of you talk about after hearing her talk. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about before you hear a woman talk. You only go about looks. That's what I was like. That's like if you talk about after you done heard a motherfucker talk, then it's like, oh yeah, like I like what you said. I like the way you explain that, whatever the case may be. But like we talking about just a nigga you see somebody from across the room or coming down the street, and it's like I just like what I see. So that's what me and Chase. You know what I'm saying?
Women I mean,
yeah, you ain't.
We all like we go off the outside.
Exactly. You're not gonna walk up and approach nobody you're not attracted to.
Exactly.
Like that's just how that shit go. Like it ain't nothing wrong with that. You supposed to like what you like.
That's our
we gotta define what attraction is though, because everybody has a different type of attraction.
But when some women do that, you got to judge women. The judgmental women be like, oh, you dating that ugly ass nigga and all that. It ain't even about the looks. I'll pick them for something else. You don't even know. Like women go out there with redhead, gangbangers, flash out slagging ain't money, wearing their friend clothes and think that shit is okay. Like, no.
My whole thing is like, even in that, you just said something great, but like, you know, even like we all seen what Tyrese ex-wife just recently said about, you know, she was listening to too many outside people. And I think like you just kind of touched on that. Like, we got to stop caring about what other people think. Like, somebody that you telling you your significant other ain't attractive, that might not be your friend in 6 months. You feel me? Like, you just don't know. You gotta go what feel right to you and do what feel good to you. Like, it don't matter if the people around you saying your significant other don't look good, but in your eyes they amazing, they treat you well, y'all have a great time together. Like, that's all that fucking matter. Like, the people that are judging your spouse, they shouldn't even be judging your spouse like that. Truth be told, your significant other like that. Like, they shouldn't even be looking at it looking at them like that. Like, I'm not going, like, if your girl look cute as a man, or like, you know what I'm saying, if I'm with the homie and his girl look cute, or if he, like, when we first meet, I'm like, oh yeah, shorty look good, cool. After that, we never gonna talk about our homie girl's looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's just like a boundary that like men set. Like, your girl could come out looking bad as hell one day. I'm never gonna like say that or I might compliment her and be like, hey, you look really nice. But me and him ain't gonna have no comment. I'm like, man, gee, she was cold as nah, because I feel like that's a man being like, yeah, I'm admitting to looking at your girl. So the fact that women do that kind of throw me off too, because you shouldn't even be looking at your girl like that. My bad for the tangent, y'all.
No. I definitely understand. I think that at the end of the day, I think we got to understand it tonight of on this segment of basically what the difference between dating and courting. And I think at the end of the day, you all said some great points, and people, one, need to start learning the difference, and two, only court if you down to marry. If you're looking to get married, you know what you want, then I suggest courting. But we're gonna move on to the next subject. I thought this one was a little bit just want to see what everybody's thoughts of it is, and also see what the men thoughts are, but more so both sides. I just want to see what y'all thoughts are. So here's this question: do men understand the concept of setting the tone while dating? Do men understand the concept of setting the tone while dating? So let's see. Do anybody understand the question? Do y'all get it? And if so, who want to go? Nene, you want to go? You frown. You want to go?
My ankle hurts. Sorry. I don't think men understand the concept of setting a tone while dating, because that goes back into, you know, you could be doing this and you could be saying you this guy while dating, and then you come off as something else. And I just kind of feel like setting a tone is just being 100. Look, this is what I want. We just gonna go here. I don't want a relationship. And I think a lot of people can't say that. I don't want a relationship. I just want to suck, fuck, and keep it moving. We can go here, we can go there. No, you can't meet my family. You can't meet my kids. You can't even come to my house. We can do a few hotel visits here and there. And I kind of feel like when it comes to men, I feel like a lot of men nowadays don't know how to just say what they want, so that women don't take things too far, because you got certain females who will pop up at a motherfucker's job or their house while their wife is there because they done set the tone the wrong way. And you know what I'm saying? It causes confusion sometimes. So, I mean, I just kind of feel like when you step through the threshold of somebody else's, you know, boundaries and this, that, and that, just say what you want. Set the tone. Look, baby, this is what I want. I don't want nothing else. And that should be okay. But some people can't accept that. And that's going to be always the downfall to a lot of situations.
Right. Well, I like that. What's your thoughts, Kenya? Do men understand the concept of setting tone while dating?
No. I mean, it's really exactly what she said. A lot of men don't understand that. I mean, I'm just going to cut to short. I feel like a lot of men lack morals and values. And I feel like when you have morals and values, you move a certain way. And I feel like a lot of men today don't necessarily have morals and values. They don't have standards that they live by. They're not upstanding men. It's certain stuff that they wouldn't do. I feel like a lot of men right now is free game. So I'm just gonna be a fuck nigga, and you gonna accept my fuck nigginess. And you gonna either take it or leave it. But then it's not even a take it or leave it, because they don't even give a lot of women the option to leave it. So it's like they know that they fuck boys, but then they're just gonna act like they ain't, but then they're gonna show you that they is. Versus being an upstanding man and just operating a certain way and proving that to a woman and moving forward even to a relationship.
P, what's your thoughts?
I agree with the women. They got that shit locked. It really just comes down. I think like Kenya just said, it's about having morals and standards. It's also about allowing yourself to live outside of the gray area. A lot of men don't know how to function outside of a gray area. It's always I don't know. It's uncertainty. It's they come on strong, and then once a woman match that energy, it's like, all right, nah, never mind. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you gotta you gotta make sure like whatever you want out of the situation is how you lead with that. Because like they said, it's women gonna give you women just want the option. That's anybody just want the option. So if you give me the option, and even if your option is between some fuck shit, some bullshit, some fun shit, and some shit that's gonna stress me out, at least I got the options. At least I can see that and I can weigh that shit. But if you just present one thing to a woman and she go with that, and then all of a sudden you present something else, now you look real sus. Like a motherfucker can't take your word for what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? And like they said, it's a difference between a good man and a nice man. I think a lot of times it's nice men trying to come off as a certain way, but nice men only nice until they don't get what they want. So like they said, it's about being a good man and standing on what you want and being okay with that not being the vibe of the person you interacting with. Sometimes you meet somebody and it just y'all ain't on the same page, and a lot of men don't know how to accept that. But you know that a lot of times that shit come with growing up and just you know coming to certain realizations about shit. But some motherfuckers never get that.
Yeah. I mean, do you personally, Paris, do you think you are a man that set the tone?
I would say that I have become a man that sets the tone. I ain't always been this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it's a lot of growing up, and it's a lot of understanding that, like, I think sometimes men just want to be coddled. So it's like sometimes sometimes men just want the women to come with, you know, certain shit. And it's like, nah, bro, like if you set the tone, shit gonna go, you gonna get exactly what you want. And a lot of times, like how we talk about women don't always know what they want. Men are the same way. I think that a lot of times men don't know what the fuck they want or know what they looking for. And we end up, you know, doing shit that don't give us, or that doesn't turn out the way we want it at the end of the day in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers if you go into a situation and you don't know what you want, then that means you kind of leaving yourself open to receive anything. And I think that after you go through that as enough as a person, as a man, woman, whoever it is, you start to be like, nope, I don't want that. I don't accept that. I don't receive that. And then it forces you to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a person that's just going to tolerate bullshit your whole life. And there's people out here like that too.
I'm gonna jump in. I think men need to understand that we have access to relationships. In order for a woman to get married, go on dates, we have to pursue them. We have access to relationships. So I think going back to the morals, the standards, the values. If you stand on who you are and what you are at all times, no matter what, even when your woman girlfriend, wife piss you off, if you remain true to who you is, well, you ain't gonna call her a bitch out her name when she piss you off. You ain't gonna put your hands on her. You ain't gonna be dipping out the crib and not coming back, right? You remain true to who you is. That's you setting the tone. Either two things gonna happen, in my opinion. Either you gonna end up kicking her to the curb because she ain't gonna get on board with you, or she gonna get on board. Naturally, she's gonna get on board and flow to your beat. As long as you stay true to who you are. But I think a lot of men today, we're not honest with ourselves, and we ain't honest with the woman, and we don't stay true to ourselves. We calling women bitches, all type of shit. We doing all type of fucked up shit. So I think there's a difference there, and I think men need to understand that. But I mean, this is reality, man. This is what we living in, the world we living in. What's your thoughts, Denise? Do you think
No comment.
That's because your husband right there.
What you think, Big? Ask him the question, Romeo.
What you mean?
Ask him the question. He ain't hear it. What was the question?
The question is, do men understand the concept of setting the tone while dating?
It depends on like what you're talking about.
How can I break it down? I mean, just be like I said, being true to you, like remaining true to yourself, even no matter what the woman says or does, right? Meaning like she can piss you off. Do you stay in true to who you is, or do you go outside of yourself, be like, bitch, stop playing me, I'll slap shit out you, right? Are you talking to your wife or your wife all type of crazy ways when she piss you off? Or do you remain being true to yourself and like, you know what, I ain't gonna let you take me down that road?
I mean, it depends, because like sometimes you gotta assert yourself. Well, you gotta let your woman know that, you know what I'm saying, you pay the cost to be the boss. So
you got me fucked up. Stop playing.
I ain't saying it in a disrespectful way. I'm saying in my perspective way. Well, like, you know what I'm saying, she not gonna be sitting talking crazy. You paying the boss, and she telling you what you can't do, where you can't go, all this. It ain't even just like, no, I'm gonna put it in the better. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I ain't just sitting here talking about disrespectful, but like, shit, if she talk to me disrespectful, like, I ain't gonna sit and be turning up with my tail in my ass and just not do nothing, not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I gotta bark back.
Okay. What about Thomas? What you think? Do you remain true to yourself, or do you step outside when your girl piss you off? Are you setting the tone to where she moving to your beat, she flowing? That's what when we talk about a feminine, submissive woman comes out of it based off how you set the tone. So do you feel like you setting that, or have set that with women you dated? You on mute, bro. You on mute.
So you talking about somebody that I'm established with, or I just started dating?
Established with. You're getting established with, or even dating, or coming in the door dating, right? Dating, but you dating for a purpose. You want her. Y'all know y'all trying to take it to the next level, right? Do you, knowing that you have access to the relationship, do you set the tone to where she, because look, masculinity for us, aggressiveness don't bring out submissive women, in my opinion. I don't think a man, not saying we can't be masculine, I'm saying aggressive men don't, in my opinion, don't bring out a submissive woman. I feel like if we calling women bitches, hoes, fuck you, putting our hands on her, but then we asking for her to be submissive, I don't see that happening.
That's not a masculine trait though. Like, that's a feminine trait, because you get into your feelings when you start doing that. Like, so masculinity is that like the way people talk about it got it misconstrued as masculinity is this, I'm the male alpha dominant, and that's not what it is. It's understanding who you are. I guess you saying setting the tone. First off, when you first started dating somebody, you people need to start dating people they actually get along with and like, and have the same morals and values. That's how you set that tone in the beginning. So when it comes to situations like that, like, she gonna understand. Like me personally, I'm not an argumentative person. So when I see it getting there, I'm gonna like let her know that right now, until like things quiet down and we can talk about this as adults, let's not, because ain't no point of yelling and going at each other like that, because you don't have a productive conversation with somebody like that.
But see, that means you got in my opinion, you got the concept. You got the concept of setting the tone, right? I don't know, from experience, I've just learned that when a man set the tone correctly about who he is, how he's going about it, how he's approaching the woman, what he's on, what is he on, what he's trying to be about, and how he moving in general, just character-wise. I think that brings a submissive woman out. I don't think that, like you said, the whole rah-rah, the bitch this, that. I just don't see a submissive woman coming out of that. I feel like that woman gonna be aggressive. She gonna be on some bullshit, some manly shit. So I don't know. I think a lot of guys miss the whole concept of set the tone.
Set the tone. So, now I know what you're talking about. That's why I said no comment at first. But no, at first when me and Marcus started dating, he didn't set that tone. And for one, because we used to get into it a lot. I used to be called bitches and shit like that. And then by him not setting that tone rubbed off on me.
So you started, like I said, you started being aggressive.
Yeah, and I started being aggressive. And now it's like, because we fixing it day by day, it's been a while since he did that and on that level. And it's like hard for me to let that guard down again because that tone been set already. So it's like now I'm working on myself day by day to just at least let it down a little bit and respect him, because he started to respect me now and shit like that. So yeah, now I understand what you're talking about. But at first, no, men don't, man. Women, that's why some women come off aggressive, because men come off aggressive. And that tone don't meet it's just all fucked up.
Let me ask you this, Nene. If a man's coming to your life setting the tone, could you allow, because I feel like tone also, when a man's setting the tone, a woman is more easy to allow him to lead. If a man came into your life setting the tone correctly and being meaningful with everything that he does and say, do you think that makes it easy for you to allow him to lead?
Oh, absolutely. He'll be treated like a king that he is.
Okay, see? So
absolutely. I can't do all that yelling. I can't do all that bickering. Mm-hmm. I don't like nagging.
Yeah.
And then it also comes with when you got kids too.
Like
you gotta set that tone with your daughter, and then you also gotta set that tone with your son too, because you got some women out here who'll do that shit to boys as well, or men.
Oh, absolutely.
You just gotta put that in the guard. Like if you got kids, set that tone for your kids. Set that tone so your daughter can aim high and not left.
Absolutely. And I got a boy and a girl. So, I got to teach my son to, not so much be independent, not so much rely on a woman, but respect a woman. Yeah. Like my son is 16. He says, yes, ma'am. No, sir. He opens up doors. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? But my daughter, the same way. But it's just like, I have to set that tone within my own household. We're moving forward with the guy it is that who approaches me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some women can, first impressions is everything. So if I'm outside, let's just say half naked, I might get the wrong approach from a certain guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it might be a lot differently than if I'm at church. Now, I don't sit here and met a holy, sanctified guy, and I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like they always say setting is everything, but I kind of feel like first impressions is everything as well. If you want to be approached differently, then you need to put yourself out there differently. And I ain't just talking about your wardrobe or nothing like that. I just feel like your whole persona is about how you carry yourself. It's your entire aura. It has to be your aura. You know what I'm saying? What you bring in your life is what you attract.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I put the question on that, because I've heard a lot of men. My algorithm is I come across a lot of these crazy ass topics. So I hear a lot of men in today's world, not all, but a lot of men basically talking about how they want to be the leader of their household, how they are the man of their household, and this and that. But then they contradict themselves, because then they don't. The way I see them handle leading, it'd be like, well, bro, you ain't set the tone. How can you sit here and talk about a woman being submissive, cooperative? You ain't set the tone. You came in the door lying. You came in the door being dishonest. You don't even know how to lead. You don't know how to step up to the plate and motherfucking lead your family in the right way. Because leading ain't just about paying bills, right? It's morals, it's principles, it's values. Again, it's your character, it's how you move, what you represent. And a lot of men out here ain't showing that, but they stay preaching, I want to be a leader, or I am a leader. And it's like, I don't see that. So that's why I posed the question, because I wanted to get y'all thoughts on that. Like, do men set the tone? Because a lot of men don't even know how to set the tone, what that is. They looking at that like, I know, Thomas, you made some good points. Pierce, you made some good points. But shit, how many men know what y'all said? or if they pretend.
And I guess that's what I was trying to get at. Before anybody could set a tone, they got to do self-work first and figure out what they like and who they are before you set a tone. Because if you don't know who you are, what you like, and things like that, how you gonna set a tone? Like you leading the blind.
Yep.
And,
right.
And a lot of men don't do that because they spending too much time chasing shit. You chasing money, you chasing women, you chasing all these other things, but like that's a distraction from doing that self-work. So it's like a lot of men skip that step. So if they don't do that self-work, then yeah, they'll never set the tone. They're gonna always just kind of be wandering or having certain expectations that never get met.
Yep.
I disagree. I think there are men on the other side who come off just like
I was just about to say that.
That be disrespectful to their women, and they set that tone, and and the women are receptive to it because they're used to it. So I think they do know what that tone is, even if they don't understand the concept of it, but they stay. So I disagree with that.
So you saying whether they know it, you saying even if they know it, and this ain't the right way, they still staying. They still sticking around.
It is happening. It's been proven. It's been shown.
But also with that, what you saying that's why we got the rates of divorce is high as hell. That's why relationships are at an all-time failure. That's why the dating scene is all fucked up because exactly what you just said. Women are accepting the bullshit. If a man ain't setting the tone, why are you accepting it?
It is a tone. It's not about saying it is a tone. It's a tone that they're accepting. It may not be acceptable for you, but for the women, it is acceptable.
Okay, yeah.
Reggie, so you have a lot of women out here that will, say for instance, Thomas, who's cool, calm, and collected, they will sit there and say, "Oh, he's not a real man because he's not yelling at me. He's not doing all this rah-rah. He don't even want to argue with me." Versus, say for instance, a Tyrone that's gonna sit there and yell at you and call you bitches, and they're listening to him before they listen to a Thomas. So I feel like it's not necessarily even on a man because you could have a man like Thomas in a woman's face, and some women will look at Thomas and be like, "Oh, no, you're not aggressive enough," because a lot of women think aggressiveness is masculine. So,
yeah, you can have somebody.
Exactly. That's why I say you date and get to know that person first, because once I see that that's what you like, then I'm gonna move around.
Yep.
Because that's not me.
Yep.
Well, no, you gotta have somebody match your toxicity.
Women too, because a lot of women are brought up in like toxic ass households. And the only way they know how to communicate if they're yelling and they're all, "I'm gonna be the loudest one in the room." They feel like if I'm the loudest, that means I'm right. And a lot of women they used to that. Look at the cattiness of women, like the whole going back and forth and arguing. That's the only way a lot of women know how to communicate.
Agree, most agreeable. I'm just saying those two toxic people that are in relationships, it's acceptable for them. Whereas this one person who's not with the rah-rah, who's not with the BS, and this other person is of course it's not going to work. So there won't be any tone set there because one is going to get trampled over and the other one is going to either leave or take it. But if you get two toxic people who are used to being toxic and yelling and fighting with each other, they're setting the tone for each other, right? Whether we agree with it or not, but there is a tone there.
True.
That maybe you don't understand, but they do.
Can't hear you, Ramal.
No, I say you got a point there. You right. You absolutely right. So I guess at the end of the day, whoever loved the right way, cool. Whoever loved that toxicity, I guess shit, go right ahead. We're gonna get into the next one then. And this one is similar to that. Let's piggyback off that one, and I got a video to play. So why are guys considered weak because they want to go 50-50? Here go a video, and I want y'all to see what y'all got to say about this.
Hard out here, and you talking about, "Oh, I'm not a man if I'm going 50-50 with my woman." It's hard, brother. You sitting up here, your nice house, your nice jewelry, nice cars. "Oh yeah, man, you gotta do 100%. How? How, brother? If I'm making $14 an hour, what you expect? You still on there, "Oh yeah, man, 100%. You're not a man. You're not a man. How? I'm still working. I'm still providing, right? So what makes me not a man? Because I'm going 50-50 with my woman."
And brother, I applaud you because I understand that it is hard out here, but we are men, so we have to go harder. I'm not saying or trying to speak down to you, my brother, by any means necessary. I'm not. But I want you to be reminded of something that our fathers didn't teach us, that we must go hard and that we shouldn't get into a relationship with a woman until we have direction.
But who are you to say that?
A person that cares, a person that loves you, a person that's been in your shoes and understands how it feels when we can't give our family what they truly deserve. We have to go hard. Now, give me one moment. I've been in your shoes. And when I was in your shoes, I stayed in my lane. I lived where I lived. My woman didn't work. She nurtured to the children till I got this. And I'm trying to give you the cheat code. Do what you need to do so you can feed your woman, and while she's nurturing the children, she can also nurture your dreams and your goals. Now you can be successful. Now you don't have to say, I'm working for $15. Now you can say, I got employees that I'm paying that's working for me for $15. I'm trying to elevate you, but men get so caught up in their emotions and their pride, and the first thing you want to do is feel attacked. Get the wisdom.
This is coming from a rich man.
But right now you're acting triggered. But right now you're
But this is coming from a rich man.
How did I get here?
Yeah.
But how did I give you? And I'm giving you the steps. This is, if you put down your ego, if you put down your pride, brother, am I saying anything wrong? I'm saying men should be men.
But you saying we not men. You saying we not men.
Brother.
So what's y'all thoughts on that? Why are guys considered weak because they want to go 50-50?
I feel like he was giving that concept all wrong. When he was selling, like, your girl is telling you to go after your dreams, and if she holding down the household and stuff like that for you to go after your dreams, go through it. I feel like he just got content on where he was at, and he was just stuck there and thinking like, okay, I got this 9 to 5, that's gonna work for us.
Wait, so you agree? You say he would the guy that's saying I make $14. You're saying he got content?
Yeah, he got content of what he work on. You see what I'm saying? I feel like he got content because if I'm your wife, I'm telling you, okay, I got the kids. Go out, go chase your dreams and stuff like that. If I'm giving you that and I'm telling you, okay, I can go throughout the man once you do chores, you know what I'm saying? Do that. Don't be content where you is, because it's always better. And that's what happened with my husband. Like he was working, you know what I'm saying? He working, but he wasn't making. I was telling him, don't get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Don't get comfortable where you at, because it's always more and it's always better. And he took it to that point, and he went after more and more and more, which he still succeeding in what he wants to go, the positions that he wants to fulfill, to make sure that we straight and he could give me and these kids what we want and what we need.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that.
I disagree.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. So, but I'm gonna let Pete go. Let Reggie go before I go in. And then
you disagree, Ramal. You cheap. You gonna disagree?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to go in on you. But go ahead, Reggie. You got to say.
Respectfully disagree with you, Denise. Realistically, how many men do you know are able to achieve their dreams or work towards their dreams and still keep their woman happy? Right? Because your happiness, it's not gonna keep the bills paid. I'm out there chasing my dreams and I'm working for $14 an hour. How am I gonna be able to support you with that? How am I gonna be able to get it? How am I gonna be able to get ahead? Even if you do understand me, how is that realistic?
I ain't understand you. I was distracted.
Go ahead, Pete.
I was distracted.
I don't know, man. I think that we be super generalizing like these topics. Like, I mean, I get that some people think like this, but like I know a lot of women that don't stress the 50-50 debate or not. I think that, like, granted, that man said like he got kids, right? So I think that when it's kids involved, like dude said, you gotta go harder just because you took the responsibility to have the kids. So yeah, you should absolutely be going as hard as you possibly can. And so should your woman. But if you got very young kids and they need to be around mom for a majority of the day, then yeah, as a man, you got to take care of your family. Like, that's just what it is. Now, if we both single and we decide that we're going to be together and we're going to build a life together, then why not be 50-50? I ain't saying that if you're a man and you can do it and you can take care of your woman and she can stay at home and do whatever, then cool. But if we both are working class people, we both trying to build our own wealth and things like that, then yeah, let's 50-50. Let's really build this shit together. So shit, worst comes to worst, we end up getting married and get divorced. Yeah, split this motherfucker right down the middle. We built this shit together. You go ahead, split that motherfucker. Let's go ahead. Let's do that. But if we talking about most people, most working class people, then yeah, we know you got this bill, I got this bill. What you need help with? How can we? Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, like when you really intimately involved with somebody, they stress become your stress. So, if you really rocking with somebody, you're gonna be like, hey man, how can I help? What can I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going, well, shit, that's your problem. And if you a person, you dating somebody that's treated like shit, that's your problem, then you need to reevaluate that relationship for real, for real.
What's your thoughts, King? Go ahead.
And I was basically him having kids from all.
For one, I just don't like the fact that we want to characterize men as only being providers and women as only being caretakers. I feel like it's very problematic to say that men are only ones that's supposed to provide and women are only ones that's supposed to nurture kids. I feel like we as women are more than just baby makers and baby take care of us. We could sit out here and we got dreams too. I feel like if we come into a marriage or a relationship or whatever, we both have our own dreams and our own how we want to live our life. It takes two. We can't sit there and just put the burden on a man to sit there and take care of us. And any woman that want to sit there and be on some, well, my husband need to work hard, or you need to take care of these families. But you, as a woman, look what you signing up for. When you decide to be that caretaker, are you really signing up to take care of the kids all day, do the laundry, do the cooking all? When a kid's sick, you doing everything. Like, look at the job you picking. It's still a job. So just because you're not making money,
that
look
you're
what
not getting paid for, though.
That you're not getting paid for. And just to say, oh, my husband take care of it, I feel like that's
you're gonna always be waiting on something. You always gonna be waiting on your husband to give it to you or provide it for you. Like,
and then it's no accountability there, because soon as times get hard, the woman gonna look at the man and say, you're not doing enough. And then
and on top of that, I feel like a woman should go to work anyway, because at the end of the day, what if he loses his job? He need that support. You know what I'm saying, from his woman. Like,
that's why it's never 50-50. That's why it never
50-50.
Never.
I don't want it to be 50-50. I just want us to be a partnership where we work hard, we do what we got to do for each other, and I get that point.
Yeah, because some days you're going to have to do more. Some days you get to do less. Like, it's a give and take, man. That shit, like, when you live in the real world and you see how hard it is for each and everybody out here, man, like, when you in a relationship, bro, you just want to make sure y'all taking care of each other. Whatever that means.
Exactly.
No, I agree, but the algorithm that I subscribe to, this is the talk that's constantly going around, right? Men are looked at as only providers. We are not, but not even but look, not even women just looking at us like that. We consider ourselves only be that. We use a job to get out of nurturing our kids. I always tell men, outside of breastfeeding, there's no excuse for you not to be able to nurture your child.
But that's the thing, though. You got to understand between a girl and a woman, because at the end of the day, what real woman gonna look at it like that anyway? Only a girl gonna feel and look like that anyway. Only a boy gonna feel and look like that anyway. A real man and a real woman ain't even gonna have to question that. They already know when they step in that relationship what to do already. Like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all both agreeing on being together and going forward, y'all already gonna know what to do. You feel me?
Yeah, but we're surrounded by a lot of little girls, little guys, little boys out here, and men out here with egos. You got not even just dudes that ain't got it like that, but you got guys that's got money out here sitting here trapping dudes that ain't got it. Look what he said on the couch. That's a dude that got money saying you ain't a man.
No, because he said he was. So definitely said he was in that position way before he got rich. He was like, "How you think I got here?" Because he ain't settled for what he ain't settled for that 9 to 5. Yes, because he ain't settled for what he ain't settled for that 9 to 5.
Yeah, echo.
He went up.
But we gotta understand that everybody is not meant to be bosses. It's some type of order. Somebody is gonna be the boss and somebody gonna be an employee. Everybody can't be bosses. We all bosses. Who the fuck gonna run a company? Everybody has a role that they gotta play. Everybody is not gonna be these millionaires. It's okay if you a blue collar worker and you working your job, you on your pension and you work every day, and I'm a school teacher. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, what is the problem? Me and you both getting up, going to work, and we taking care of our kids. We sharing a load. It shouldn't be a fucking problem. I don't see
Jim
how
Jones
people
just
can sit
did
there
that
and say, like,
Jim Jones was a rapper and his wife was a teacher.
I feel like you holding a man up to dry when you sitting there saying, okay, I'm just gonna take care of the kids, but you gonna put the whole family on your back and take care of everybody.
Jim Jones, right?
Like, the man gonna run himself dry way faster than he would if he got a woman helping him. And a woman taking care of the kids, that ain't no damn help.
Yeah, but we can't ignore that this is, look, everybody making points, valid points, but we can't ignore that this is not a conversation that's consistently going around, just like the conversation about these women out here with this list of where you could take me and what I'm not
Hold
going
on,
for.
Ramal, not to cut you off. I feel like it's a conversation, but I feel like sometimes the wrong people are having that conversation. It's
wrong
very
people in the
immature
room.
people having that 50-50 conversation that don't know what they're talking about.
They don't have nothing to offer to the
video
table.
you showed, me and the young lady I'm talking to, we talked about that video. And dude that was making the points about taking on the whole burden, if you know who he is, it's like he shouldn't even be having that conversation because he's a scammer.
Oh, okay. See, I ain't know that.
As a person, I was engaged for 2 years. Unfortunately, I ain't gonna say unfortunately. I was engaged for 2 years, and I did the 50-50 thing, and I also did the thing when she stopped working. And like, so I don't know who just said it, but you run yourself dry. I lifted myself up and was making great money, but it didn't matter. I learned from that engagement that even when I started, I asked her to stop working to take care of her daughter and to go to school, and I had to do everything else. It turned into like a transaction almost. Her love and affection for me was based on what I was providing. So you will dig yourself in a hole depending on like how you do that taking care of somebody or going 50-50. It gotta be the right person at the end of the day.
So, but wait, Thomas, but did she have goals? You guys were being together. Did she have goals? Is there something that she wanted to achieve?
She had goals, yes.
Yeah, but like he said, it became, even with her having goals, he made a point. It became transactional, where it was like his pockets was based. The love that she had for him was based upon what he would do.
Because I got when COVID hit, I got real sick and I wasn't able to work, and everything flipped the way she was towards me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is not the person." I talked to Paris about this one day. This is not the person for me. Because I held you down, paid for you to go to school, everything, and once my health came into like I had problems with my health, it flipped. She wanted to move out. She wanted to go. Then okay. So that 50-50, that taking care of somebody, it got to be the right person, man.
Yeah,
you gotta have the right mindset. So y'all, and again, goals and ambition, all that plays a part in that. And like I said, the wrong people having this 50-50 conversation. Go ahead, Laura.
Bill and Junior on our podcast. That's why I was telling you, like, no matter how long you knew a person, a motherfucker can still switch up and change on you.
Facts.
No matter how much you knew them. And that's why I was trying to tell y'all, like, you could be with a motherfucker for 10 years, 15 years. It don't matter. A person changed every fucking day, and you gotta.
And I knew her for 6 years. That's why I proposed to her, and I thought she was the one.
Nope. But see, that's the, like you said, right? You're saying the wrong people are having these conversations. You're absolutely right. But these people, like them, ended up on the Shade Room, right? To go viral to where now you got millions of people watching it, right?
Stay in the Shade Room.
I kind of like, I get the information, but you know what I'm saying? But the fact I'm saying is that millions of people watching it, and you got people that's tuning in. Even when I read the comments, people are sitting here. So many women are saying, that's right. I don't want to work. He should take care. He need to step it up, and he need to take care of me. These men out here need to step it up, and that's the problem. So that's why I pose the question. Where it's like, you're trying to tell me us black men are only born to take care of women and pay bills and die?
Right.
That's
and
what
also, I feel like this conversation needs to be had from a realistic standpoint. Do you know inflation is insane?
Yep.
The cost of living keep going up and the wages keep staying stagnant. So let's have this conversation with some realism, you know?
And I think women nowadays, their mindset is so caught up into old school fashion situations. Well, my grandma and my granddaddy been married this long, and my granddaddy or my daddy used to take care of the household and da-da-da-da-da. But then you grew up to be a hoe and dated a scammer, baby.
Yep.
So it's just kind of like, you know, some women don't have a lot to offer, but then you expect so much.
Yep, that's
vice
the world.
Versa.
That's the world we're dealing with, though.
And everybody think everything's supposed to be handed to them on a silver spoon. After COVID, everybody has to work hard for their motherfucking money.
Yep.
I don't care who it is.
Yep.
And it's just like everybody just expect to be given this. Hey, I'm spoon feeding you this. I'm spoon feeding you that. And you give nothing in return. And I think that's the problem with some women. You expect so much, but then what do you give in return? But a headache. Yep. You want to sit here and nag and complain, but you expect him to take care of a household? But he can't even get a home-cooked meal. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And some things are just very simple. And that's why I hate that 50-50 conversation, because things will never be 50-50. It's never going to be 50-50. And like they said, it has to be realistic. Everybody need to have realistic goals and realistic expectations, because things evolve on a regular basis. Things change on a regular basis. You can have a job today and lose it tomorrow, whether it's a car accident or an illness. Yep. It just is what it is. So to call a man weak, I don't know. It's beyond words for me. Like, I never understand it.
Yeah, weak. I've heard men get called simps because they want their woman to help. They want their woman to go to work as well. I've heard men get called simps, weak, just no good dudes.
But women. The things is nowadays, bitch, you better help this man. The hell, rent don't went up, motherfucker. Goddamn mortgage ain't no joke. Light bills every time you turn around, groceries going up. Like what? You can't even go to Harold's and get a 6-piece without it costing damn near $20. Like, make it make sense.
Yeah.
What you expect them to do?
Yeah. But this is what Thomas was saying. It become you run yourself. Women don't understand that, or a lot of men that got money don't understand. Well, I don't know what the fuck the dudes with the money. I think there's some ego shit with them. But you run yourself low. Like, think about it. I don't think people understand, Thomas, like Thomas said, we got to think about realistic reality. Do you know how hard it is to come up with rent money every 30 days? We ain't talking every 60, 90 days. We're talking about every 30 days. So after the first, you got a whole 30 days before you have to come up with another whatever amount to pay again. And that ain't that long. When you really think about it, months pass by quick as fuck.
We not talking 90s rent. We not talking early 2000s rent, nigga. We talking 2023 rent.
Like 1,700, you know.
Shit, not even that shit. They
man, listen, I just got a letter from my landlord talking about rent.
They just come my motherfucking link. Shit, I only get $2 a month.
Let you jump in. I want to hear what you got to say. Let's cut the link. Go ahead, Tom. What you gonna say?
No, I was just saying my landlord just came to me talking about rent finna go up. I'm like, dude, like it just went up like a month ago. What you talking
about? Listen. I am paying $1,750.
I wish.
$1,750. That's high as hell. That is high.
For an apartment?
No, for a house.
Oh, I don't pay that, but I get
that's
it.
Well, I don't pay that.
But that's in Tennessee. Imagine that in Chicago.
In Chicago,
that's about.
Oh, that's a 1 bedroom.
No, it's right.
No, I'm saying that's 24, 25 in Chicago.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
That's like 2,500. I just looked.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't pay that for my mortgage.
But that's a studio though, y'all ain't even got a full blown motherfucker. That was a fucking studio. You turn around, your bathroom in your kitchen.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Listen, the taxes down here is 7%. So for me to have to pay $1,750 with taxes only being 7%, that is high as fuck. Now, like he said, if I go to Chicago 12, 13%. I understand. But we're talking about 7%, minimum wage, $7, and I gotta pay. I'm in Tennessee.
I came from Tennessee. So where you stay in Tennessee?
I'm in Corlearville.
Okay, I came from Gallatin, then Nashville.
Yeah, okay. See, I've been out there too, but I'm Corlearville. It's high as hell. This is predominantly white suburb.
Yeah, you did too much.
it has. She told look, but if you go in the hood, you go. Yeah, I can go in the hood. I just was over there with Harold's, right? I'm in the hood. Me and King, we in the hood. It's motherfucking. We looking at that shit like, man, hell,
for a 4-piece.
I want to go back. I'd rather pay my $17.50 because you gotta look. Think about it. You go in the hood. You ain't finna. You uncomfortable. You gotta worry about motherfuckers breaking in your car. So you gotta go somewhere where you gotta pay the $17.50. But I'm saying, like Thomas
why
said,
would you assume that people gonna break in your car?
And that's in the suburbs too. Shit.
Man, what the hell
you both definitely getting robbed in the suburbs.
You can't assume that though.
Hell no, you ain't getting robbed in no suburbs.
I'm trying to tell
because
you,
white people can rob you too.
In the suburbs.
That shit ain't happening out here. We be out doing a lot. That shit's not happening.
You ain't finna catch no major come up in the hood. You going to the burbs to go get that come up gang. No cap. Everybody in the burbs got foreigners. They got old school on them things. You ain't catching
that Chicago shit. We down here. That shit ain't happening now.
I miss the South.
The South is way look, let me explain something. The South is way different than up north. So it's way different. So when y'all thinking about the motherfuckers getting robbed in the suburbs, when I tell you that is not happening, you ain't seeing none of that. Ain't no trash on the ground. Ain't no niggas hanging in the corner. Matter of fact, if they was to bring a 30 apartment building over here, do you know these white folks over here will go protest to stop that? They not going for none of that shit.
I'm sure.
They won't even allow you to build a motherfucking 100 flat building. They ain't going for that shit. Because they know that's gonna bring Section 8 and all that shit in there. They not having it. So they like, so I'll tell you where I stay at, it's not none of that. That's the up north shit. That's why I left Chicago. So down south is where it's at. But anyway, back to the subject. 50-50, I think like y'all said, it ain't gonna be no 50-50. I think at the end of the day, the conversation with these people that got these platforms, like Thomas said, is they out of order because they're not thinking about realistic and real life. And we all got bills. Every 30 days, the motherfuckers come, and we all got to figure out how to pay the motherfuckers, especially now that we're in inflation. So,
well, I'll be on that pole. That's how I pay my bills.
don't nobody want you, girl. Don't nobody.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't judging. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Number back.
You got. We gotta stop looking at these uncommon or these uneasy looking type of jobs where you gotta do you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta strip to pay that bill. Hey, you gotta go. I support it.
Oh, I'm Jeffrey said
Hey, Ramon.
I'll support you.
So you telling me you don't love your woman to be a stripper?
I just got that fast to the motherfucker.
That's
what you say,
hey, baby, just let me know where y'all came from. Get them chicken wings. The chicken wings out the bar.
So you stripping, Junior? You stripping to pay your bills?
Hell yeah.
It's about hell yeah.
I said those.
As a matter of fact, my woman, she gonna be there and she gonna promote it. She gonna promote it.
Damn. No, my man can't be stripping on no pole. I'm sorry.
Man is crazy. Y'all is well, look, I got more topics, but I'm gonna end it there. I think we got a good segment tonight. I hope all of y'all enjoyed it. I hope all y'all had fun. I hope all y'all come back to the panel. I have more interesting topics where we really be on here talking some shit and being live.
Boy, that's it. We only been on here for an hour.
Oh yeah, we've been on here for 2 hours.
Boy, my stuff say an hour and 38 minutes.
Oh, well, that's what you get there. Y'all want another topic?
What them topics that
talk about why do men? Is it true? No, talk about why do men disrespect? Is it true that when a man get mad at you, is it true that's how he feel about you? Talk about that.
Yes, that.
When a man get mad at you, is that
you mean like if he talk it out of pocket?
Like if he talking crazy, if he talking out of pocket to you, is that how he feel about you? Talk about it.
So men in general, and I'm gonna speak about black men. We need to start taking our mental health serious. We don't know at a certain point of our life, we don't know any other reaction but anger, because we weren't taught to use our other feelings. So sometimes that's just an impulse reaction. It's not okay. It's not good. But sometimes that's just an impulse reaction.
Facts.
You don't, as a woman, you don't have to keep putting up with it though.
Facts.
All right, I got a question.
That part.
Why men can't handle the truth?
Why men can't handle the truth?
I think that's a people thing. Women can't handle the truth either.
That's a people thing.
Yeah,
that's a people thing.
Yeah, that's that.
Hell yeah, because if my man told me if my booty was little, I'd be mad right now.
Because most of y'all women,
let's talk about how women.
Hold on, wait a minute, Junior. Wait a minute.
That's why you don't last long in bed. Why people say that shit all the time? Like,
what?
And it don't be true, but you just want it for like arguments.
Why men don't last long in the bed?
Yeah, you get to argue. You probably saying like, oh, why men don't last long in it? I never.
Well, you're on with that one. I don't know.
I don't know what you talking
about. That got something to do with yourself.
No, it don't. No, it don't.
I just realized that's Junior right there.
Bro, that's Junior.
No, it don't.
Junior, what's going on, dude?
Talking about why men don't last long.
No, we always have. We
talk. You gonna
talk.
What did he say?
He talking about some white men don't last long in the bed.
No. I didn't say white men. I said why do women always? I said why do women always? I didn't say why I said.
So you said women out here want sex for like an hour. They want to fuck for an hour.
No, 5 minutes. Get up.
5 minutes. Girl,
when we arguing, why you always gotta throw? Oh, that's why you don't last long.
You said that's why you.
Oh, so he said why y'all throw dirty shots? Basically, he said why y'all throw dirty shots when y'all get mad at us, like you don't last long or you. That's
why y'all always talk about our booty little when y'all get mad at us.
I don't know if I ever said a person booty.
Right, I don't think I ever.
Boy, you told me Key got big draw. You ain't know saying booty was little, but you always talk about her draws when she mad.
Why is she playing with my wife like that?
Hey, I got one, y'all. I got one though. I got one. Men who tell women what to wear, is that keeping them from? Is that controlling or a man protecting them?
I feel like that's control.
I think go back to what Nene said earlier. It's like you are what you attract. So if you outside with half naked ass clothes on, then don't be surprised if what the type of niggas that approach you is niggas that's only about wanting to fuck. You are what you attract. So if you got a man that's telling you, hey baby, go and change that, because you're a representation of me. Why that's gotta be
but some of these girls, they see Ice Spice, they think they look like that. They see Cardi B, they see
ugly as hell.
They think they can get away with looking like that though. But they think they can get away with that.
You could have said Cardi B, you saw a gorilla, you talking about Ice Spice.
Some people can't even look like Cardi B. They get this false impression.
Boy, Cardi B got that shit made. She paid for all that and them teeth. Remember, she was cricket. You remember?
I think it's more of a respect thing.
Yeah, I agree with her.
I think it's more of a respect thing. Like he said, you're a representation of me, but also women period. Just be cautious in regards to what it is that you wear, because some men do not know how to take no for an answer.
Hey, men are dangerous. That's what I tell.
Because if my man
hold on. We got to sit up with that. What you just say, Thomas? Because that's bad.
That men dangerous, and sometimes that wearing something revealing can invite the wrong type of like attention. Like if I'm out with my girl, I don't mind. Like I want to see. Let's go be cute and naked. But just be careful. That's all I say. Just be careful, because men are dangerous, man.
Yep, they busting.
I in circles, and I ain't talking about like people that I know, like other people, and I be hearing the shit that these guys say, and it's like y'all creeps, man. Y'all predators, bro.
Yep. They out here busting motherfuckers with bricks. Women, you turn a woman
as men, as good men. I think I'm a decent man. I'm still working. But we gotta call that shit out against other men. Like for instance, I was at work one day, and these grown ass men looking at high school girls talking about when she get older, she gonna be, and I'm like, that's creepy, bro.
Mm-hmm. See that, but that's why I say, is it to your question? Is it controlling if a man is telling you, or is it a man being concerned, telling you like, listen, baby, maybe you should not wear that, and because you're going to invite the wrong attention. Most immature women are going to look at that as being controlling. Until that attention
is. It's cold as hell outside anyway. I don't know why they go out there naked like that.
Girl, speaking for somebody who do it every time.
Now hold on, because I was.
Bitch, I don't go outside naked. I don't know who you talking about. Only thing that be out is the pants.
My point. Y'all outside. Y'all outside.
Only thing that be outside is my little booty.
Getting real brazen these days.
I
went to a Halloween party downtown, and everybody was naked. Like literally, it was just people walking around.
But when I get dressed, I don't dress for a man. I dress for myself. So if I decide,
I love her that part.
If I decide to throw on some heels and some goddamn tights or whatever the case may be, that's my prerogative. Can I protect myself? Absolutely. But if a man or my brother's answer like, Nene, I don't think you need to wear that, I might take it in consideration.
True. That's all we said. That's all we said.
Never nothing wrong with pleasing yourself as a woman. Like women like to feel good for ourselves too. Like, damn, okay, let me walk past that mirror. You look good, boo. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand it from another perspective. If a man, you know what I'm saying, in my life would tell me like, nah, not today.
But let me
I
ask
don't like
you,
having women. I ain't gonna. Let me ask y'all this. Why do women be posting on Facebook naked like that? I don't like that. I ain't gonna.
Look, can y'all look? I'm gonna answer that question. I'm gonna piggyback off you. Can y'all look good without see-through, without
tight clothes,
without your pussy print?
Hell no.
But see, why don't most women understand that then? Why won't most women got to show that?
I'm comfortable in my.
That's some insecurity. That's some they insecure within themselves.
With some cargo pants on, a cute sweater, some gym shoes that still look pretty as hell, and still motherfucking niggas. Besides a woman who wear all them tight ass clothes and ain't comfortable what they wear. Because they seeking for that attention. They ain't seeking for that attention at all.
I feel like when people I feel like women want to hide behind this whole, they do it for themselves, where they want to wear these tight clothes or be half naked or even get their body done. Everybody want to say they're doing it for themselves when really they only doing it for attention. Because ain't no way in hell you telling me that you looking at yourself like, you know what? I look so good. I want my whole body out and I want everybody to see it. Like, nah, you're not doing it because you feel like you want to look good. You only feel like you look good when you get that attention. Exactly. So I feel like it's only attention seeking when people do it. And then women hide behind this women empowerment. I want to be comfortable with my skin. It's like, nah, you only comfortable when you get the attention.
Yeah, because I just seen the video.
I slightly disagree with that.
Oh, hold on. Look. Okay, Thomas, since you agree, I'm going to say this, though, before you say something. Look, I just seen the video with a girl going to the gym and her motherfucking shorts was so far up her ass where basically she had on the shorts was so small.
Are you taking the shit?
The shorts was so small. What the hell, Tish? Hey, put your phone on mute. Put your phone on mute, girl. Where the girl in the gym, her shorts was so small that her ass was hanging out. And the guy was like, is that necessary? You got teenagers coming here to work out in the gym. You got all type of people coming out here. So is that seeking attention, Thomas? You say you disagree. Why you say you disagree? Because I think that is seeking attention.
I disagree with it because, like, I don't feel like it's always somebody seeking attention. They just want to, like, for instance, I disagree based on the setting. I'll just put it that way. Okay. Because let's say we had a resort or a beach or something like that, and you want to wear a bikini, wear a bikini. It's warm outside, and you want to wear a skirt with a tube top. Wear a skirt and a tube. I don't know.
But isn't a such thing that's not what you do, how you do it? If you on a beach and you got a two-piece on, do you need to have your legs cropped up where I can see your pussy print?
No.
But we see pictures like that though. Women post pussy print showing.
I mean, sex sells. Sex sales. Well, at this day and age, views is like money. You hear me? So views and likes is like money. So that's the attention they want. So that's what they do.
Yeah, but then they complain about if a nigga walk up to him treating them like a hoe. Even though you might not be a hoe, but if I walk up to you because you represent or you look like you a hoe based off how you showing your body, am I wrong for that?
I don't feel like any man has the right to say anything to a woman based on how she dressed, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it may look like she's looking for attention, but she didn't ask you for your attention. So for you to walk up and say something obnoxious to her and then get mad when she responds, that's I don't agree with that.
Yeah, men gotta have more self-control on that aspect.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, anything else? Any other topics? I got other subjects, but I'm gonna wait till next week to display them. It's some crazy shit. So
I got one more. So when
just the last one.
So when I know a lot of people, and not Tiffany and Nene and y'all single parents. So why do certain women don't know how to balance their relationship and why some women put their relationship above their kids or before their kids?
I don't know about that one. Go ahead.
I've never done that. I have had friends who has done that, and it was more so out of fear. The reason why they placed the man over their children and the safety of their children. Because I kind of feel like as a mother, you automatically become that mama bear, that lioness over your children. You want to protect your children. But I think the things that I have seen, it was more so about the man because it was out of fear. Fear of either losing him or fear of what he could do to her and her children. Because it was always that threat always there. Now, do I think it was always intentional? No. But it was, I think for that person in that situation, it was always, it was either going to be me or you. And it was always like, it was never, well, what about the kids? I need to live for my kids. I need to protect my kids. I think that whole lioness, that mama bear always left her. It was always him. But for me, I could never. My God, I could never. I would never place no situation or a relationship over my children. I've let family go because of my kids.
Yeah, I see a lot of women, and
we can't hear you, Mister.
What about your husband? Do your husband come first?
Who? My husband?
Do your husband come first over your kids?
No, I feel like my kids come first. I feel like the situation that we've been in, Ramal, and I feel like that how we was like growing up, and I feel like I don't want my kids to hurt. You feel what I'm saying? In that situation. So it's like I'm gonna always protect my kids, and I'm so overprotective over my kids. Like if I don't care who you are, if you even talk to my kid in a certain manner, or in a certain way, and disrespect them, like I'm always in that protective mode, and I'm coming for you. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, let me explain something to you. Okay, I'm not the Bible thumper, but this is in the Bible. It's God, it's man, it's woman, then it's children. You cannot put your children before your husband. When they are long and gone and they grown, it's gonna be you and your husband. We come first. In order for you and your kids to have a happy home, you got to make sure you and your husband is okay, and vice versa. You can't.
I know that, but he know that too. He knows that too. So even if I'm in that cooking and I say, "Oh, go feed my kids before anything," I ain't looking for no.
No, but I'm saying the man say. But you said out your mouth that verbally you put your kids come first. Yeah. In my household, my kids don't come first. When my wife fix my plate come. When me and my wife go through what we doing, whatever we got, it's me and her. Them kids come second.
Ramal, let me ask you a question. Say you coming into a situation though, and she already has a child. Do she still put that man before the kid?
Yes, my wife, which is my stepson, he's 12. When I got with her, she had him prior to about another man. As we started building, I'm not gonna say right off the back, but as we started building and locking in, yeah, it became husband first. My husband is first. That's just how it go. Because again, he gonna get grown. When he leave, then what? If me and you have if we toxic or we got a toxic relationship and we've been dealing with this, by the time he grown, he leave, or if we stand just for the kids, I'm divorcing your ass or you gonna divorce me.
Okay, so what if? So what
doesn't
if?
that? But doesn't that slight the key?
So what if?
Well, y'all don't know each other based upon because you surrounded by you just everything is all based off the kids. So now you and your wife, y'all don't know nothing about romantic anymore. Y'all don't. The flame is gone.
I think what he trying to say is that the marriage becomes first before the kids, because we can't be healthy parents. We can have a healthy home if me and him are not making each other our priority. When we on the same page and me and him, we focusing on each other, we are able to pour in our kids better. We can't pour into our kids and create a safe house, a safe, healthy household if I'm at his neck, he at mine, and it's this power struggle where it's like, damn, you paying kids more attention to me, and it feels like it's this constant push and pull. And even with Thomas' question, I had a son before me and Romeo got married, but he took my child. He treats my child as his. It's our kids now. It's not necessarily this thing was like my child, because I know you got the best interest for my kid, and I could let go of those. So I don't have to be the mama bear.
So if anything happened with Jamal or Riley, and he just like say if like he going through something that day, and then he come home and he don't notice that he taking that frustration out on the kids, you're not gonna step up and say, well,
see, we don't do that in this household. He already know you can't come in this household and bring whatever the hell you had going on outside. It's been plenty of times where he could be stressed or he could get into it with somebody or something could be going on in the family. When you come in this house, all that's on hold. You can leave that out the door, because I'm not bringing that stress.
Okay, what if he not coming in the house with an attitude? But if he just talks to them and you know that it's in a wrong, and he just discussed the conversation of what they have in a wrong and yell at them, or
I will hold him accountable. If it's a time when he's sitting there doing too much, I'll be like, that wasn't necessary. You need to, check yourself and take a moment. And he would do the same thing for me, because I'm not gonna say I'm perfect.
But this is the thing. They go back to what Thomas said. Men need to work on themselves. What she said with when I overdo my part, it's over punishment, right? It's overly punishing my kids for something they did. That's where she checks me. But when what Thomas said, I have went and done the work. I've went and got therapy. I've gotten close spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I've done the work and still doing the work. So that's where she could come in and say, I don't come home and bring the outside into my house. Now, can I be overly aggressive to my kids where I'm overly punishing them? Yeah, there's been times where I can definitely, they'd piss me off so bad where I'm on your ass, right? And that's where the balance come in, and she'll be like, hold on, slow down, pop, slow down, like, okay, but that's that check and balance, right?
So let me ask. So let me ask this. So when you, did you see any you notice any differences, like, when you and Ramal got serious, did you and Jamal, did your closeness was beginning to wane, or did he feel like, oh, this guy's taking up, my mommy's time, and I don't feel like we're as close like as we used to, that chemistry,
Nah, I feel like with me and my son, me and him always had a bond, because Jamal dad, never really been in the picture. So me and him always been close. It's always just been me and him. I feel like the only problem that he had when me and Romeo got together was more so, okay, who is this person adding to this me and you? And it took a while, because it's more so like, I'm just used to my mama. Like, my mom is like, I know my mom, but who are you? It kind of took I feel like a lot of Romeo part to kind of prove in a way to me and him that, that he was worthy enough of coming into our space, for lack of better words. It was a lot of pull and pull, because it was something new. I never had dated anybody that I had around my kids. Romeo was the first man that came around my son. And I ended up having more kids. So that was another dynamic that me and him had to really face to the thing. But before, even with Romeo, I never had no men around my kids. So it was hard. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard sitting there coming to a norm where it's like, okay, I know you got my best interest, and I know you got my son's best interest, and I know it's all out of love. It took a lot. But now that we on this we all on the same page, Romeo know, like, okay, you my stepdad, I respect you, I love you, because I know you respect and love me as well. And that's how it is with all the kids.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. Yeah. It wasn't easy. Trust me when I tell you it wasn't easy. But like what Thomas said, I did the work. So I started doing the work in 2014 before I even met her. I met her in 2017. So you see what I'm saying? So by the time I got to her, I'm already 4 years in of doing the work. So even with her coming into the table with a child, I'm already mentally, emotionally, I'm already advanced. I'm already mature. You see what I'm saying? So I can handle situations. I know how to communicate. I know how to talk. I know how to, like what Thomas say. I've never been the type to display my anger through like, this aggressiveness. I like to talk. I like to have conversations. I like to get down to the bottom of shit. Right. So it's but the work came in more so with him, with the 12-year-old, with my son, trying to get him to be adjusted. Like, hey, I'm not trying to be your dad, but I'm also letting you know that you got to respect me, and I'm gonna give you that respect. And it took some time, but once we got there, it's all gravy now. You see what I'm saying? But again, it's still gonna have its ups and downs. Nothing is perfect, right? He's a teenager, so there's gonna be days where I'm gonna be ready to strangle his ass, and there's gonna be days when he looking at me like nigga, But that's just the way it is.
But that's not really a step parent thing, because I feel like Jamal did the same thing to me. I feel like at a certain age, kids they gonna try you if you're a parent or not. Because maybe sometimes I'll be like, you finna have me choke you up, like you really taking me there. But I think that just goes with the boy going through puberty and all that.
Yeah. So but again, the man come first. The man come over your children. It's not should be the other way around. Your husband is first. Okay, and then your kids. And y'all have to have that understanding. So
just like the man should be putting his wife first too.
If you come into the situation dating a single mother, at what point does that become a thing though, that the husband becomes first?
Well, see, this is coming from a step parent aspect. I was telling Kenya, women, if you are a single mother or a single father, you need to set the tone. You are the bridge between you and that person coming in. I know what job I got to do, right? I got to make y'all comfortable as a step parent. But as you being a single mother with a child, you need to bridge that gap, because I'm on one side of you, your son or your daughter's on the other side of you. You need to bridge that gap. Hey, listen, soon to be husband. This is what this is. This is your position. This is what I think you feel fit, and we'll iron out the kinks as we go along. Vice versa, son. This is the man that this is my future husband or soon to be husband. I need you to understand this is his position. So I need you to understand what your position is and how you're gonna respect him. I feel like single mothers and single fathers are not having that conversation and bridging that gap at all. That's where that rocky part come in with me when King say it was tough in the beginning. Yeah, it was tough, but it was fresh to her. It was new to me, right? We didn't know this. This is all beginning. I didn't come in the door perfect as a step parent, right? I had my mindset on how, hey, this how I'm about to father this shit. And then she got her mindset, well, this how I've been mothering shit before you came in the picture. But the conversation needs to be had, and single parents are not having it. And that's where it come in difficult, Thomas. So the first thing I would simply say is, if you meet a woman that got a child, have the conversation. Ask her, what is your position? What is your position? What position do you want me to play with your child, who I will invest in, who I will look at as my own? What do you want my position to be? Do you want me to go full force in and be a full father? Or do you want me to step back and be what you want me on the line? You don't want me on the line. You got to find out your position, because a lot of people ain't gonna display that shit. And now you walking in saying, "Hey, you want to be the man of the house and you want to be the full-time father," and she looking at your ass like, "Who the fuck you talking to? Don't talk to my son like that." Now you looking at her like, "Well, I'm about to get the fuck on." So you got to display the position as single parent. Yeah. Have the deep conversation. Have the deep conversation. So that's
I'm in a situation right now where I've been dating a girl for a year and the relationship been going good, but the problem is starting to be her daughter is extremely spoiled. She's spoiled by everyone around her, and her daughter runs her household, and I don't want to say it's becoming an issue, but it's becoming an issue.
Well, see, that's what,
because it's almost as if I'm like a spectator on the outside, like, because the things that she do are not okay.
See,
last night we were together, we were watching a movie. Like we had watched Bluey and all kind of kid shit all day, so we wanted to like eat some pizza and watch a movie. Because she didn't want to do that, she took a flower vase, threw it, and broke it. And the mother went over and called her like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's okay, we can." And I'm like, "No, that's not okay. Like what she just did was wrong."
Ooh,
and y'all letting her, and she does stuff like that a lot.
Well, that goes to play. Y'all got different parenting styles,
and
I think that's one of them things.
I'll be the kid ass.
And she may not ever put her hands on a child. You know what I'm saying? She might do that gentle parenting.
That shit don't work.
It may not work, but for some kids, it may work.
But see, that's the difficulties of dating somebody who has a kid, because you don't know how to discipline. Because if you try to discipline, you gonna say, "Oh, don't touch my baby."
But
you know
no,
what I mean?
that's what the conversation.
I don't want to put my hands on her daughter. I never do that. But how she handled that situation wasn't right.
But you and her got to sit down, and you got to be thorough with her. You got to be 100% honest with her on what your parenting style is, and what hers is, and where y'all can meet in the middle. Because if y'all talking about being together, then she got to understand that when y'all move in, ain't no breaking no motherfucking bases around this motherfucker.
All right.
And your girl got to understand that I got the right to get on this little girl ass if we're gonna be together. This is supposed to be. I'm gonna adopt her to be my child. I'm gonna look at her as mine. I'm gonna call her my daughter. So you can't sit here and tell me that if she break a base in this goddamn house, I'm supposed to just shut the fuck up. Nah, that ain't the way it go. So you got to be very, very honest with her, and y'all got to have that conversation.
You got to set that tone.
Yeah.
You have to converse with her, because girls are so different from boys. You know what I'm saying? Boys always automatically feel like they the man of the household if they father not there. And like girls, and you saying that she's already spoiled amongst everybody else, it's like you have to set that tone, because you may just be that only possible father figure for her. Right. You just never know.
That's why I asked Kenya that question about Jamal, because he's a boy, and like us as a boy, like when we're really close to our moms, we really don't want another man in our lives, right? Because for the longest time it's always been us. So it's like now that you giving him more time, I feel like we're not as close as we used to. You don't spend as much time as we used to.
What happens is I have to look. What happens is I have to start giving him time as well. So that way he won't feel like he's not getting it. So he's used to her just giving it to him, but me coming into the picture, I have to step up to the plate and give him time as well. So now he's looking at it like, oh shit, I'm getting to both worlds. It ain't just got to be my mama. I can get time from him too. You see what I'm saying?
Right. But see, you're one of the very few. I'm talking about the guys that just come right in and really don't care much about the kids. They just only tolerate them just to be with the. But
that's why I say the conversation gotta have. Single parents gotta start, especially single mothers, gotta start having these conversations with these guys, and these guys gotta start having these conversations with these single parents and saying, "Hey, what is we doing? And what level we going with this and all of that stuff." It's a deep conversation, and it could make it break y'all, but it got to be had. So now we gonna end it there because I gotta work tomorrow. Y'all gotta work. So we gonna end it there.
Hey, shout out next week, for Kenya stuff. November
4th, yep. Thugging it out. Gonna be on live YouTube. Queenie gonna be on there.
Thank you, Reggie.
That's my sis. I'm gonna be there. Support.
I'm gonna be watching.
I can't wait to see.
Y'all get ready.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Nene.
Oh yeah, Tiffany gonna be on. I can't wait to hear what Tiffany gonna talk about. Shout out to Tiffany too. Shout out to Tiffany.
Wife,
I'm a supporter.
My wife, she just created Thugging It Out. Well, she been created it, but she's gonna start going live. So she definitely will be looking for a single, well, not single, but just mothers in general to come on the panel. So
next Saturday at 6:00 on YouTube Live. I'm gonna have him see you
live. And Future-wise, come on the panel, and she like to pick brains about with mothers. She want to know the whole ins and outs, and I don't know. It's her concept, so. But it's all about it's all about mothers, not single.
It's about motherhood. We're gonna talk about the ups, the downs, the nitty gritty, everything in between, all that it takes to be a mother. So,
baby, sometimes you gotta say fuck these kids.
And we're gonna talk about that too because we gotta all have a life outside of the kids.
Oh, trust me, she just said fuck them kids a couple times.
I used to be the queen of fuck them kids, but now
you don't heard me yelling at my kid. Get away from that damn
yeah.
No, I'm just saying that just in case you know, definitely you wouldn't mind getting on the panel and come up and coming down the line, you know. And I would love for you to come back on my panel if you whenever you got free time.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, Nene.
I'm only off on weekends. You got to catch the nurse after hours.
Oh hell yeah, that's perfect. That's
you
perfect.
know, this time it's pretty gentle for me.
Okay. Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah, this is gentle.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you know, I've been drinking since we've been on the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, been on the laptop, whatever.
Look, you got comfortable. You to put hot salt in your chili.
Yeah, seen that a couple of times. I noticed.
I like to eat. I done started eating them, cooking gumbos.
You have to be you, authentic.
So what you think? What you think of the panel? You like it? You like the podcast?
Yeah, I think this is really nice that you have going on. See, you know, a lot of people don't have it going on. I think it's very authentic. Like, you know, it's very fresh. It's within our age. You know, these new millennials really don't understand.
Oh, they don't. They don't.
You know, so I think it comes and it gives different concepts. You got someone who's married. You got those who are dating, who have children, who don't have children, who wants to become a wife, who just choose to be a hoe. I don't know what y'all like.
And who don't want to get married.
Right, who don't want to get married. That's what I mean by wanting to still be a hoe.
Right, yeah.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
You know, he like white women though. He like being hoes with white women.
I mean, do what you do. I love black men. I love black men. I don't see him dated biracial, and you know,
thank you.
His Irish people did not get involved with the black.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate
love who you love, and that's okay. You know,
hey, you know what? Hey, it's so Nene, you know, it's so hard because you got to defend yourself to people every single time.
No, don't defend yourself to nobody.
It's so hard, but I appreciate you.
Julie, shut up, man. What you
appreciate you.
You love who you love, baby.
Thank you.
And that's
Thank
what
you.
our grandparents always say. Now, don't get me wrong. Our old grandparents would never allow no black man to bring no white people in their household. All I'm saying is nowadays, you don't know what's a man or a woman. You don't know what's a listen. You know what this ain't for the live.
Look. That's gonna be part of the conversation next week. So
you know. Let me just end this and say you love who you want, Reggie.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so. I appreciate you so much. I don't even know you, but I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you.
Well, look, I appreciate all of y'all coming on the panel and the ones that left early, but I appreciate them. We getting on here next weekend. Nene, if you free next weekend, I got a spot open. I would love for you to come on again.
Yeah, hit me on the hip.
I get.
What happened?
Hit you on the hip.
You know, hit me. Because you know sometimes these phones be on the hip.
Yeah.
Like y'all.
I got you. I appreciate it. So, like always, thanks for coming on Talk of the Family, where some families are lies, some families steal, some families are fake, and some families are real. But this family, we talk about everything. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all next weekend.
Bye, everyone.
See y'all.